Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. So you guys, I'm about to set a timer so I don't go over. So if you see me looking, you see me looking at the timer. So you guys, oh my god, it's been a while. Well, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Candace. I'm from Kentucky. I live in the Carolinas. Um, I used to be an exotic dancer. I used to do modeling. I used to do music videos, magazines, reality shows. I'm a mother. I love being a mother. Um, I've had 6 children. I lost a twin and I lost a son after my last baby. Um, I'm single. Mm, what else? I'm a sewing instructor right now and I teach sewing classes. I also teach people how to monetize whatever it is that they do. Meaning, whatever it is you enjoy doing, I can show you how to make money doing it. I'm on my YouTube, sorry. Um, I have a business. It's called Hidden Agenda Brand, where I teach people how to sew, how to start an exotic wear business, our bartender, our bottle girl, waitress, anything in that entertainment world. I'm the plug. I sell vendors. I work from home. I stopped dancing like almost 6 years ago. Um, what else? I love God. I love God. Um, just a brief summary. I would like to start different series on this channel. So if you're following this channel, it will be true and authentic. It will not be fabricated. It will not be fake. It will not be anything. If that's what you're looking for, don't even subscribe or unsubscribe. Um, Today I realized that we're all human and we all go through things. And I think it's important to be vulnerable to help others understand that they're not alone through whatever it is that they're going through. So this is an intro. But after this intro, I'm going to do, what did I say I was going to name it? I'm just being honest. Or something like that. I don't know yet. Let me write it down before I forget again. I'm just being honest, I think. Yeah, I think we're going to put it as I'm just being honest. Basically, just talking about different things that we're going through in life, different habits that we have to unlearn. Like for me right now, it's a spending habit. You guys, I have a bad spending habit. I have worked since I was 12. I'm 40. I have got real money since I was 16. I created the bad habit of saying, I'll get it back tomorrow. I'll get it back tomorrow. If y'all can relate, comment below. Like, yes, I understand. So, oh, by the way, I've been in the Carolinas since '08. I moved from my hometown with $234 and a 5-day-old daughter. So my daughter will be 17 this year. So it means I've been gone from Louisville, Kentucky for 17 years. And I was just tired. I knew that I didn't fit there. I knew that my mentality, my dreams, my everything was bigger than the people that I was around. Meaning, not that I was better than anyone else. I just wanted different. I was born and raised in the projects. And I just didn't see that life for me. So I chose to leave. Um, was it hard? It wasn't hard to leave. It was hard knowing that I see what's in my head that nobody else sees, if that makes sense. So, juggling new territory, meeting new people, that part, like I'm such a people person, so that part was easy to do. But it was more so of, I would say, I don't know. It wasn't hard. I was just so ready to go. I was so determined to go. Um, so anyway, back to my spending habit, you guys. That's a very bad trade. I actually see what when people go to resource places to get help for alcohol or drugs or anything. Today, I actually realized that it's the same feeling that they have when they're trying to break a habit. So it goes back to one sin ain't greater than another one, because we can talk about someone that is addicted to cigarettes, that's addicted to drugs, that's addicted to alcohol, pills, anything. But if we addicted to spending, that's just as bad, because it's still a bad habit. And I want to be vulnerable to tell y'all that I definitely adapted the mindset of I'll get it back tomorrow. But it stops here. It stops right here. Today, I'm tired of waiting last minute to do something. I understand where that came from, where I picked up that habit from, because I wasn't always like that. I paid my bills on time. And I remember the last time I actually paid my bills on time was in like 2007. So between 2008 and 2011, I didn't have bills. Was it 11? 2011? Because I was in a situation. And my situation covered all the bills. And the way that they chose to pay the bills, if it was on time or not on time, I had no control over, because they was getting paid. So whenever my situation was over, I picked up that same habit of paying late, because I checked in with myself to figure out, like, when did I start this? And that's the only way that we can get past any habits or anything that we want to change. We got to know where it came from and where it started. So from 2011, was it 2011? I don't want to say the wrong thing. 2011 or 2012. After that, I've been paying my own bills. But I've been late. Listen to me, y'all. Listen, are y'all hearing me? Okay. I will have the money, but I will blow it on stuff that only thing I spend my money on is my kids and food and trips that we go on. But I always made sure stuff was done. It just wasn't done on time. After my situation, right? So what I've learned from that is it puts more pressure on you to perform last minute. And for me, I used to operate off pressure. I love knowing that, okay, I got $8,000 worth of bills and I'm holding it down. You see what I'm saying? It made me feel strong. It made me feel confident. It made me feel like Superwoman, y'all. To know that I can take care of even $3,000, $4,000 worth of bills. I felt unstoppable. So it wasn't a priority to get it done on time, because I knew I'd get it done on time. So I knew I'd get it done. So if it was $100 late fee, I wouldn't care about that $100. But it's bad. So fast forward, this habit carried along. We in 2024, you guys. I found myself, 2022? The end of 2022, I found myself in a very, very bad financial situation. We had just sold our house, and I profit over 6 figures, and I've made millions of dollars. But But it's no point in making millions of dollars when you don't got nothing. You see what I'm saying? So what's the point of even saying that? But I say that to say that I made millions of dollars, but I never had lump sums. I made it throughout. Like, I make $1,000 a day working, $5,000 nights. Like, so I made money, but I never had lump sums. So when we sold our house, I thought that if I paid off all my debt that I accumulated from when I stopped dancing, that would be smart, because whatever I make from my business will be a win, if that makes sense. So whenever I stopped dancing, you guys, I absolutely didn't pay mortgage for almost 3 years. They had what was called a forbidding plan. No, 2 years. Was it 2 years? Because I stopped dancing when COVID hit, basically. And then they had a forbidden plan to where it allowed you to put your payments on the back end. So you had a certain amount of time to not pay. So when it came around to revisit, and then it's time to pay, I was still not dancing. And I was still, like, struggling to figure out what I was going to do, because I had been dancing since I was a month before I turned 17. So that's all I knew. So I was programmed, not only physically but mentally, I was programmed to make fast, quick money on a day-to-day basis, to where I can go into work at 11 o'clock and leave at 1 o'clock and have $500 to $1,000. You see what I'm saying? So I just wasn't thinking. So with having the 6 figures, we donated 10% to our church. Everybody thought I was crazy. I don't care. God help me. You can't tell me what to do with God when it comes to God, because I'm not hearing that. It's going to go straight over my head. Like, I'm just going to go to one ear and out the other. I love God. God is the center of my life. Once I gave my life to Christ fully, whenever I quit dancing, I understood God. It wasn't a facade, because, y'all, I thought God was fake. I'm just being honest. I'm telling you the truth. I thought it was fake. Everybody be like, give it to God. Look, girl, I got these bills. I'm getting ready to get evicted if I don't pay these bills. Like, give it to God. I don't know what you're talking about. I just wasn't there, you know, and I had to go through my own life and my own testimonies to better understand in my way on what God was for me. So I paid everything. Not everything. I paid like 80% of the stuff. Blew through the bread. The world shifted. Rent was crazy. I didn't know, because we had a mortgage since 2017. So we decided to stay at the Marriott until we either figured out if we was going to leave the Carolinas, if we was going to build, like, we just didn't know what we was going to do. And I allow my children to make all the decisions, and I just go with the flow, because I can work from anywhere. I don't care. So we had decided on Vegas. And then my kids changed their mind. So we like, okay, we put in an offer on some land. I wasn't fully educated on land. So when we put in the offer, I knew nothing about environmental fees. I knew nothing about buying into a certain area. Like, so we ended up pulling back on that. And by then, mind you, we're staying at the Marriott in a suite. So the money's just decreasing. We're eating out. We're just blowing through the bag at the end of the day. But in my mind, I don't care. I make money. You see what I'm saying? So we get short. I mean, short. So we find a rental place. We decide to stay. They changed their mind. They didn't want to leave their friends. So we decided to stay, and the bag was gone. So with these bad habits that I keep telling you about, I looked at it like, it's okay. I'll make it. Now, mind you, I don't have the same job and income that I had whenever I was dancing. When I was dancing, I can just go to work and make it happen. When I was like still now, and I still create my business, you know, trying to still figure out what to do because before I could just call a guy. I had connects. You see what I'm saying? I can just call a guy and be like, hey, can you help me with this? Or hey, can you give me this? Or hey, can you do this? Because there was nothing. But when I gave my life to Christ, I didn't reach out to anyone. I didn't manipulate anyone because, being honest, like I said, let's keep it real. Well, okay, let's keep it real. Let that be the serious. Let's keep it real. Serious. So when I gave my life to Christ, y'all, once again, I told you I've been dancing since I was a month before 17. I didn't know what prices was. I bought anything I want. I bought anything my kids wanted. I never looked at prices. So when I quit dancing, baby, listen, y'all. I was making life decisions in the grocery store. I was typing in, like I was comparing numbers. I was using the calculator. Like, I was like, God, what do you want me to do? If you real, like you say that you real, why would you want me to lose my house? Why would you want me to be without? Why would you not? Like, oh, I was talking to him for real because I didn't have nowhere else to go. I didn't have nobody else to surrender to. I fully surrendered my life to Christ. When I tell y'all I left the strip club with less than $500, less than $500. I was mentally tired. I felt like a puppet. I felt like a guy could dangle money over me. I felt like, and I'll go. And I'll go because I was so programmed to look at it like, oh, I'm winning though. He paying me. So my mentality was, I'm winning. Does that make sense? I looked at it, this is how I thought. He paid to get in the club. He's paying for drinks. He's paying for me to talk to him. So I'm winning. Does that make sense? That's how I lived forever. So you couldn't tell me nothing. And then it just got to a point to where I would ask God, I would be like, God, what am I doing still here? It's almost 20 years. And then one day, a friend of mine was like, when you gonna stop dancing? Never. What you mean, when am I stop dancing? I'm making bread. I ain't never stopping dancing. That's what I said. He was like, how long you been dancing? I thought about it. I was like, oh my God, I've been dancing for like 17 years. When I first started dancing, I said I was going to stop at 30. So I was like, oh my God, I've really been dancing this long. So it mentally got in the front of my mind. So when I would go into the club, I would look at things different. And I was so good at what I did. I was just so good at it. You guys, I was so good. But I didn't know how to look at men. I looked at everybody as money. I never saw a guy for who he was, ever. I looked at it as a bag. I'm just being honest. I was like, oh, he got the bag. He throwing the most money. I need him, bruh. Bruh, give me that number. You see what I'm saying? I was programmed. I looked at every guy as not a good guy. I looked at like every guy cheat. I looked at it like every guy isn't loyal, because I would deal with people that was married. I would deal with guys that would come in and talk about their baby moms. I would deal with lawyers, rappers, I mean high-end clientele, athletes, everybody I dealt with. You see what I'm saying? Meaning I was around, I danced for, I interact with them, I contacted them. Some I would have their numbers, their informations, like I partied with some, like not partied, meaning I was invited to games, I was invited to events, I was invited to, like, I just had to access. You see what I'm saying? So knowing that this person, I had to cancel the timer because we're going over 20 minutes. Oh, well. Knowing that they was at my fingertips made me think that, oh my God, nobody is faithful. Nobody is. So I didn't even know how to talk to men. I'll be at the gas station, a guy try to talk to me. I'll be like, you paying for my gas? Is it beneficial? Because I pay to talk on my phone. So if I pay to talk on my phone, it got to make sense. Or I'm not wasting my time. Y'all, I didn't go outside because I only worked and went home. I was with my kids before I went to work every single day. Like, every single day. I was a full-time mom. I am a full-time mom still. And I don't even work outside of, being at home. So I will go to work at night. So I'll be at work at like 10 o'clock. But by then, I'm already in mommy mode all day. So I'm fully at their activities. They're busy. Long story short, I just didn't know that people went outside. I didn't know what was going on outside because I would normally be at work at night. So whenever I quit dancing, y'all, me and my kids was downtown Charlotte. It was so many people outside. I was like, Iman, bruh, what is all of these people doing? He was like, Mom, it's Friday. Mind you, I'm basically institutionalized because I'm always at the club at night. So I didn't know what was going on. I don't even know why it led to this. But anyway, you guys, I was so good at manipulating men. And after doing so much personal development and assessment, the behavior came from whenever I was young and I didn't know no better. And I was what you would consider green. I didn't have and it's not to bash my dad because I love my dad. I didn't have my dad to teach me about men. So they could psych me up so easy. Oh, you so pretty. Oh, this. Oh, that. I'm so young and not needing the attention, I bite. So whenever I had the authority, being in the strip club, of getting what I wanted from a guy without giving him anything but that entertainment right there, it was like a rush. It was like a high. It was like, I can get him to get 1,000 ones just by telling him he looks so good, just by pumping him up, telling him your shoes is dope, your outfit's dope. Like, bro, you smell so good. Like, what you want to listen to? Like, what's your favorite drink? Like, swindling them to give me what I wanted. Does that make sense? Knowing I didn't mean nothing that I said. But because it's either get them or they get you, and because when I was younger, they got me, meaning they psyched me up from lack of knowledge that I knew. And my mom, not to bash my mom because I love my mom was more so of be with the guy with the money. But that wasn't who I was before I started dancing. I was more the caregiver. I wanted to take care of people. So I didn't care about the guy with the money. He was cool, but I didn't care about the guy with the money. My first boyfriend was broke. Which is my son's father. He was broke. I mean, he was a street dude, but he was broke. At the end of the day, I paid everything. I took care of him. But the money I was making from McDonald's, White House was, because I wanted to be with him so bad. But that behavior came from whenever I was young and dumb. So now that I got authority, I don't know, it was the rush. So when I was down bad, whenever I quit dancing and I surrendered my life to Christ, I told God to remove everything from me. When I say, y'all, everything from me, I have connects. Trust me. I could have snapped and got out of my situation. I went years trying to figure it out. I tried DoorDash. I tried Uber Eats. I tried Postmate. I could not figure it out. I was just pulling while trying to develop my relationship with God, trying to learn this God thing. So I even tried to get a job. Yeah, I tried to get a job at a Cinnamons. I went and got the shoes. I got the slacks. Mind you, I ain't had a real job since I was 15 outside of dancing. Yo, I really went and everything. Mind you, I'm like, okay, bet. I signed up for massage therapists. I like, okay, I got a lot of celebrity clients, so I can, if I go to massage school, then I can capitalize off all my clientele from the club and make money. When I started, and you had to learn all about the body at the time, oh my God, I didn't even know how to pronounce all of those words, like, at all. I was like, oh no, this ain't gonna work. I started reaching out to my clients and asked them, do they need like errand running services? So I created a 24/7 runner. Like, I'm over here trying to figure it out, y'all. Do y'all understand me? So what I would do is go run the errands. It didn't work. Then I started organizing. I organized a couple guys that I knew from the club. I wouldn't ask them for nothing. I would try to create a business around something that I can do that they can pay me because I knew that they had money. So I remember organizing one of my friend's closets and cleaning his house or whatever. I was like, okay, I can clean. I was just trying to think of everything that I could do to where I can make money off doing it. He paid me like $350 to come and clean and organize the shoes and all of that stuff. Yeah, I'm still pulling. I'm like, God, come on, like for real, like what is this? It ain't adding up, you know. So when I say he had to strip me of everything, and then I had prayed and asked God to help me teach my kids survivor skills without feeling guilty. Because when you're a single parent, you overcompensate. And I remember when I had stopped dancing, I remember my son, Iman, that's funny. He asked could he get some new shoes. So normally it wasn't a big deal to get new shoes. Karen, let's go. I said, boy, if you don't clean him off with a toothbrush, bro looked at me like I just said an alien just fell out the sky or something. He said a toothbrush. And instantly I had one of those aha moments because I never even taught my kids how to clean their shoes because they never saw me clean the shoe. So I was like, oh no, I've been raising them bad by giving them everything and they know nothing. They don't know what bills, like they don't know nothing. I hid everything. I just handled it. So when I pray for that, it's funny because I can show y'all like up here in my prayer corner, like right there where all them little things is. We have it every year in our church where we have a word to pray for the rest of the year. So I have prayed for that. Funny how life works. Be specific whenever you pray for something, because if you pray for it, you don't know how God's going to give it to you. And life circumstances ended up to where I had to teach them survivor skills, and I had forgot that I had prayed for that. So the way life works, they didn't even know that you had to pay for the laundromat. It was the funniest crap ever. They didn't know that it was only for a quarter. It was only like 10, 15 minutes in the dryer. They had to use a laundromat. So it taught them to appreciate having a washer and dryer at home. Like, oh my God, life went crazy. So I'm still asking God, like, God, what am I supposed to be doing? What am I going to do? I'm trying everything, y'all. And then people start asking me to teach them how to sew. I know how to do that. So I started out charging $200 to teach people how to sew. And it just started coming. And the saying that people say, be still and know that I'm God, acting out in the what would I say? And what I think is good versus what God thinks. Just acting out, trying to figure it out. Like I'm like, this. I'm all over here going crazy. Like, I gotta live, I gotta survive. What am I gonna do? Blah, blah, blah. So when I sat down and I said, God, listen, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Can you show me clear signs of what I'm supposed to be doing? How I'm supposed to survive? What do I do? And God already gives us everything that we need, but we don't see the value in it because we're chasing what we think we should be doing. Does it make sense? I'm like, this whole time? Oh my gosh. Y'all, I ran with this sewing stuff. I had a store. I lost over $106,000 in my store. I didn't get any funding. I funded myself. I went flat broke. I got my car repoed. I went through it. Okay. The average person would look at it as failure. Like, oh my God, I failed. I lost this. Be ashamed. Dummy. Now you can teach people what not to do because you have the experience and the receipts that you did it. So now all the people that are trying to do it, you can bundle up your knowledge and sell them a class to avoid them that trial and error. Y'all, I'm trying to figure everything out. I already got it in me. Okay. You got vendors, Candace. That's what I was telling myself after my little aha moments. You got vendors, Candace, that you done had to travel to China on a plane, book a flight, book a hotel, pay to do all of that. Guess what? You can sell the vendors to the people. So they don't have to go to China, get a translator, look for the stuff. A lot of people don't want to do that. Y'all, my aha moments just started coming back to back to back when I was just still and I was clear with God. I'm like, God, listen. If you say you got this covered and you're going to do it and I need to see something. Like, you got to help me out. You got to help me figure it out. Like, what am I supposed? When I just was still, it was just coming to me. I'm telling y'all, listen, it was coming to me. And when I say that it was one of the best decisions of my life was giving my life to Christ. And I'm a forever learn with God. I'm a forever build my faith stronger and stronger. But where it came from, backstory, yeah, I think I got ADHD. I ain't been diagnosed, but I be hopping around. So just work with me. Know that at the beginning. So if you see me start something else and then I start something else, just know that it's there. So when I realized that God was real was when I got the letter in the mail saying that I had to pay $40,000 or my house was going to go to foreclosure. Because that was the back end that I didn't pay. $40,000, right? Now, mind you, if I was dancing, ain't no problem. I'll get it. No dancing. I'm freaking out. Now, mind you, I'll tell you on another video about my house. A friend of mine that I knew from when I first started dancing, I think he was my guardian angel because he was in my life whenever I first started dancing. The second day that I started dancing, and he was in my life whenever I stopped dancing. But he was into God. He was older. He was into God. I wasn't into God. I'm like, look, don't push that on me. Like, that ain't where I'm at. He ended up, but he worked for a company, so all he knew was work. He didn't understand entrepreneurship. That was like foreign to him. So when they sent me the paper and they told me that I had to pay the $40,000, I couldn't go to him because he got the house in his name and he just added me to the deed. And he told me just don't mess up his credit. But he lived in Kentucky. But I couldn't tell him that, hey, I'm mentally tired. I'm getting ready to quit dancing, because he wouldn't have understood how I was going to pay anything. And I made a promise to him that I would not mess up his credit. So now I'm stuck. So I tried real estate during that time as well. When I was trying everything else, I would go to real estate meetings. I would learn. Like, I love learning, y'all. I got a million notebooks with different content and stuff in it. Of different things that I learned. Like, I am obsessed with learning. So when I was trying real estate, I had a whole bunch of information in there. So I learned how to sell a house with still having a mortgage on it, because I didn't know that. I looked at it like, shit, I ain't paying off, so I'm just losing. So I put it on the market. I put it on the market for like $465. Um, a lot of people was lowballing me. I wasn't trying to do it. And then I had contacted the mortgage company and I was asking about the payment being deferred. But in order for it to be deferred, I had to submit documents from the job, but which was his job because the financing was in his name. I was just paying everything. I couldn't do that because I couldn't go to him. I was like, oh shit. So then I can't go to him. So long story short, I meet a lady. Her client was interested into, it was one of the people that had came and looked at the house. Her client was interested into the house, but he was only trying to give me $425. But because I didn't have any money to invest or fix anything, I sold it as is. So, I don't even know how we even got back to this story. Oh, okay. My point that I'm trying to make. So, I sell it for $425, right? We at the closing. Y'all, listen to me. We're at the closing. If you don't know what a closing is, it's when you go, you and the buyer, we're at the closing. They got my wire information, right? Me and my kids now have 6 storages. We have a U-Haul. Oh, dang, I'm on this phone, so I can't even show y'all. So we just turned in the U-Haul. We got 6 storages. We're in the hotel. I'm waiting on the wire to come through. It's not coming through. I just paid the last that I have for the weekend for us to be in the hotel. We're sitting in the hotel. I'm negative $12.93. It's not clearing. I contact the closing attorney. They tell me that the mortgage company said that they don't have the loan. Mind you, I got the foreclosure notice, right? I promise you, from the day I listed the house, I kept in the front of my head with zero doubt that we're going to sell this house. I'm not losing it. Because it's either foreclosure and you lose everything or you sell it and you profit. But the time frame was so crunch. I am sitting there like, okay, the wire's going to clear. The wire's going to clear. Mind you, we called the mortgage company. They called with me on 3-way. The mortgage company did not have the loan. Well, you can't get a wire until you pay off the remaining on the mortgage. They did not have the mortgage. The mortgage is at the lawyer's office in foreclosure. Listen, I still, in the front of my head, everything's going through. God, you got this. I know you got this. I'm not doubting you. I know you're going to do it the whole time with negative $12 in my account. First day go by is when they told me that. Nothing. Second day, nothing. Listen to me, y'all. I kept that with zero doubt that I was not losing everything. Mind you, I gave my life to Christ. I had went and got rebaptized and everything in 2019. And fully committed my life to Christ. So all through that time, I went through suffering. And God was just testing me and testing my faith. Listen to me, y'all. The next morning, I woke up with $121,000 in my account. Who said what? Who said what? The whole time, God was testing my faith. It was at the lawyer's office. It was not even at the mortgage company no more. If that ain't a testimony for your butts, listen. Ever since then, I am fully committed to God. Do you understand me? Fully committed to God. But he had to strip me of everything and test my faith. Oh, and he real. Oh, I said, God, I'm sorry. Thought you was fake. I'm sorry. But you real, bro. I'm real nigga. I mean, real dude. Sorry. Listen. So that's where my journey fully committed started. From me stepping away from dancing for almost 20 years. And giving my life to Christ. And him showing up. When we paid the $12,000 to our church, I told people that I thought was my peoples. They told me I'm crazy. You ain't gonna tell me about God. I'm gonna hand him that first. because he's going to make sure he provided, because I could have lost everything. Everything. So I don't even know where we go after this, but you guys, I hope that's enough to get y'all started with this journey. I'm going to be posting every day, but this series is going to be up underneath Let's Keep It Real. So we're going to keep it real about a lot of things, and we're going to grow together. And if you got a testimony, I would love for you to comment below your testimony and your belief system. It don't got to be God, my God. It could be any God that you believe in, as long as you believe in something, because you know that we ain't making it happen. So if you look forward to this journey with me, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I hope that helped with a little insight on who I am, or if you already knew who I am, just what I've been going through in my journey. Oh, y'all, I gotta tell you about why I got fat, why I look like a fat Care Bear. I gotta tell you about so much stuff, so we can have fun, okay? So make sure y'all subscribe and like and share so y'all won't miss out on what's been going on with me, okay? I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.